What's up, Activate family? Back again, Travis here. We've had a long break due to COVID-19, as we all know. No need to get further into that. The problem is once things are lifted, we're gonna go back to throwing. Baseball players gonna go back to competing. Yes, if you haven't caught on now, this is a baseball video. And dang, do I miss baseball right now. My Diamondbacks were looking great. It's gonna be a shortened season. Probably gonna sneak up on the Dodgers because of that, so watch out, TJ. And yes, he will be hearing about that from me. I digress. We're talking about core and how it relates to throwing. Yes, more specifically for pitchers. I got one exercise to go over that I do clinically with pitchers and throwers, but we'll be more specific and biased towards the pitcher here. The right-handed pitcher, obviously lefties will just flip what I'm about to demonstrate. The key is keeping core and the trunk closed before the pelvis rotates or opens up towards the throwing target, or as for a pitcher, home plate. In a study by Oyama et al. In 2014, they looked at how the front trunk or the top half of the body opened up before the lower half and how that led to more shoulder injuries. And those who had a reduced injury risk and less shoulder problems had a tendency to open the pelvis, had better pelvic mobility and rotation towards the target prior to the trunk coming through, prior to you seeing my Activate logo here. All right. So the exercise that I'm gonna go over is in single leg stance, and I got my shoes off because I'm just trying to really enhance my ability to balance on a single leg. So if I'm able to do that without shoes on, it'll make it that much easier for when you have your cleats on in a game or in a bullpen. So here we are. I got a resistance band. It's fastened to my left. It's going to want to rotate me to my left, all right? So I just take it out to the point at which it's taut or there's tension in it, okay? I'm choking up a little bit on it, and I'm going to go up into right single leg stance, meaning I'm going to stand on my right leg here, okay? I'm reducing the resistance a little bit because as I move this, it's going to become harder. Right now, it's harder to maintain balance and neutrality, as you see, than it is when my arms are down here at shoulder level. All right, I'm maintaining a neutral level pelvis, meaning I'm not letting one side drop. If I'm looking at my waistline, it's directly across. I got my leg up to 90 degrees here, just like a mid-delivery here. And this is before your cocking phase. We're really trying to get those obliques to engage and maintain their function and action while I do the movement. Now you see I had to put my leg down there to maintain balance. So I should look at the resistance, reduce it a little bit, and be able to do this up and down like so for 10 to 15 repetitions. Now clinically, from my job is to prevent injury or reduce injury from occurring again, reduce the risk of injury occurring again. You get into Dan and TJ's realm, Ben's realm, Teresita, Ian, they're working on more sport performance. That's when we get more explosive, going towards the plate, trying to increase velocity and all that. Right now, this is more of an endurance exercise, neuromuscular control, teaching the movement, learning to sustain the position so your obliques and core can work appropriately so they don't break down or fatigue, causing you to open up too soon. Now, if you're a one-inning guy, setup guy, closer, might not have a problem fatigue-wise. These guys work. But when you go on into that second, third inning, or whatever is beyond your normal, what's the function of your core going to be? Is it going to fatigue too soon or too early? Once that goes, then your mechanics start to go, as you know, as we start to get more fatigued, your mechanics start to go south. So this is just an exercise to focus on to help build that core and build the longevity of it so your pitching career and longevity is increased as well. I'm looking at 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps here, trying to build that endurance to really make sure this is not going to be the first thing to break down or fatigue in our throwing sessions, all right? Be back with you with some more.